What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Workit here, coming to you with another League of Legends commentary. Now, as you can see here, we're hopping right on into the action because this was a pretty long game. I'd say about 40-50 minutes long, and I want to skip the boring parts and get right into the action. So that is what I'm doing. Now, please keep in mind that this is literally my third time ever playing Zac, so my mechanics and knowledge of the champion isn't that great, so I'm not going to give you guys any false information. But one thing that I did want to bring up is I would like you guys in the comments below to tell me how I can improve my Zac play, what I need to know about him, and whatnot. So here's what I've been doing so far, and tell me where I've gone wrong, I guess you could say. Now, in the jungle, I maxed out my W first, then my E, then my R, then my Q. I know that Q is just slow, so it's not really that important. So I think you're also supposed to build him tanky. The more HP you build, the bigger he gets. You also build a little bit of AP damage, like Haunting Ice, I think it's called, or Haunting Geist. I always say that shit wrong. But yeah, for the most part, you're going to build according to the enemy composition, of course, like you would any champion. But you mainly want to build them tanky. So yeah, like I said, just let me know in the comments below what I can do to improve as this video goes on. Not going to be giving you too much informative commentary due to the fact, like I said, I'm not very familiar with it and I don't want to provide any false information. So right now, all the lanes are winning, I would say, except for bottom, but that's understandable because dealing with a team on a Corki can be really annoying, the amount of poke range. So if you look at the enemy team comp right now, they have a Tryndamere, a Shaco, 2 ADs in the bot lane, and a Akali. So that is 1, 2, 3 AD, and Teemo actually goes AP this game. He doesn't build support, so they have 2 AP.
I'm not as squishy as I look.
So based on who's fed, I build accordingly. So right now, I'm heading towards red, and then I'm going, like I said in the chat below, I'm going to go bot. As a jungler, you want to really help the lanes that aren't doing well. If a lane is winning, you don't really necessarily need to show up in it and show like presence in there and put pressure. You want to put more pressure to those lanes that need help and to get back in the game. So as you see there, his W, when you do splat, like those little pieces that fall off of him, when you collect them, you regain health, which is pretty OP. Gives me an insane amount of sustain in the jungle, which I love about him. Alright, my favorite part is this part right here, the E. Unfortunately, Varus did miss his ult, and Volibear, I'm not sure what that was. Oh, actually, never mind. Really good pull, well, flash pull. So right here, I'm just waiting. Maybe they think I went back. So they did. I flash in just to get that ult off. Maybe the flash wasn't necessary, I guess you could say, but since my E was down, I did want to make sure I hit that Corki because his getaway was down, and I wanted to pretty much guarantee the kill. So right there, I tried to hit Teemo with that E, and as you can see here, Shaco comes in. Luckily for me, my passive is up, and the minions do kill. The minions kill Teemo, giving Varus the kill. So that really worked out well. That was a 3-for-1 right there. So Nick Gorky goes, really, Zac? It's like, oh man. You gotta love Zac, he's so okay. Alright, so now my passive is down. I have to keep that in mind when going in aggressively. If my passive is down, then it could go terribly wrong.
Fighting is in my blood. I mean,
so just going back to farming right now. We'll try to, like I said, we will try to skip ahead into the action. But for now, since it's pretty early in the game, I don't want to skip and fast forward as of right now. But like I said, once this is boring parts, we'll get to it. So right now, I'm giving Viger blue. Since he is winning his lane now, I believe, I want to keep him ahead. If your mid is using mana, you always want to make sure you give it to them. Unless you're someone like a Mumu. If you're a Mumu, you need blue all the time. But for the most part, give your mids blue. Help them win their lane. Do anything you can. Alright. So, just bought Spirit of the Ancient Golem. For that health regen, as well as the tankiness that comes along with it and cooldown reduction. So, according to if you look at the team comp right now, we have a Garen who's tanky, a Viger who's squishy, a Varus who's squishy, and then a Volibear who's tanky, but he's not doing that well. So I'm gonna go ahead and build straight tag for the most part early game. You'll see later on I do build some damage just so that my ult
just another day
is
on the
really
job.
effective in team fights. Okay, so right here I'm just trying to set up a little angle. I see that Corki's low. In the back of my head right now I'm thinking, hey, maybe me and Volibear could take it. But let's see what happens. Okay, so I do go in. Volibear does get the grab. I pop my ult. But unfortunately, I'm not doing enough damage. I try to Q him over the wall. He does evade it and kills Volibear through the wall. The thing is, I didn't think that Corki had flash. As you'll see here, I apologize to Volibear because the only reason I went ham was because I thought the summoner was down.
Right now.
That's just a lack of communication and paying attention, I guess you could say. So that's, I would say, a 50-50 deal for him not letting me be informed that his flash was still up. Alright, so I'm gonna see let's see if I can get a gank going here, a successful gank for once in the bot lane. I love that line. I'm not as squishy as I look. Very appropriate for Zach.
Everybody's a critic.
Alright, so you'll notice in this game that everyone has a positive attitude, and like this is like honestly one of the first times I've seen that. You very rarely see a team full of positive attitude even when things go wrong.
How's it going?
So I was very surprised by that. If the League community was more like how everyone was in this game, the game would be 10 times better. Just because it wouldn't be so freaking stressful. Alright, so Viger does hit that stun. Really good job by him. He flashes in and ults and gets the kill. So let him know, good job. He says you too. Good guy, Viger.
I never skip breakfast.
So yeah, Viger stun with my E stun is just overpowered. Especially if I hit an ult as well. That person is pretty much guaranteed dead.
Why, thanks.
Alright, so as you see, I'm putting a balanced amount of points basically into W and E. I like to get W maxed out first for that sustain and life steal. See, like even the enemy team, Varus just killed Corki and Corki said nice. Like, when do you ever see that? Just imagine what the community would be like, or how much better the game would be if everyone was like that. Even, like, I'll admit, even I get angry and stuff like that and talk trash here and then. Even like the nicest people do that sometimes. So
Mom
it's like,
always said I was big for my age.
Wish it wasn't like that. Alright, so I see that Akali, I see that Viger's low and that they're pushing mid out, so I'm going to go ahead and just hold his lane for him. Alright, so I thought he was going back, but I guess not. Now it looks like I'm just stealing his farm intentionally. But I was really just trying to
Fighting
clear
is
the wave.
in my blood. I mean, my goo.
My blood. My goo. Alright, so Viger did go back. She's pushing the lane hard, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that she doesn't do damage to this turret. Because losing a mid turret is the worst out of all three to lose, because it's the fastest way to the base.
I'm not as squishy as I look.
Alright, so did clear it out. Looks like I'm just going to go ahead back into the jungle, get this red buff. One thing that I have to learn to do is time my buffs and when they're going to spawn, so I keep track of it. I believe buffs are every 4 minutes they spawn? I think so. I think it's Dragon 6 minutes, buffs are either 4 or 5 minutes. I don't remember which one. Let me know in the comments below if the buffs in the jungle are 4 or 5 minutes. I don't really remember. I'm not too good with that. I believe it's 5 actually, because I think it's 5, 6, 7. 5 buffs, 6 is Dragon, and 7 is Baron. But I could be wrong. Alright, so right now I'm just looking for an opportunity in the bot lane here. Haven't been really able to get any successful ganks. If Varus can hit an ult, it would be really easy. Alright, so there you go. He does hit the ult. Unfortunately, okay, he does hit that grab. Really good job. He tosses him into my ult. And that's pretty much a guaranteed kill, especially since Corki, I believe, didn't have flash and he used his escape.
Why, thanks.
Alright, so Volibear is like, oh my god, I just auto attack. He's upset that he took the kill, but in reality, it's good. if you get an assist in your lane, like I got an assist for that, and so did Varus, so that puts you ahead. Varus gives you, Varus, assists give you gold as well, so never be upset if you get an assist. Alright. Gumby is now on his way back home.
How's it going?
Never mind. I pinged Akali because I see Viger's coming from top right now. I don't want to try to get a good gank on him or on Akali. So apparently she had it warded because she reacted instantly.
Day on the job.
And unfortunately, we're not able to make anything happen. So I'll let Viger just get that farm, and I'll return to my jungle. Oh, looks like I'm going to get Viger blue again.
Put some spring in your step.
Gotta be the good guy jungler. That's another thing I want to talk about. Like, the only thing I would say I hate about jungling, I would say the main reason actually, especially in ranked, is that everyone always blames the jungler. Like if you're losing, if top is losing lane, they're losing their one-on-ones, or if bottom lane's losing, they always blame the jungler, like you don't gank enough or stuff like that. It's so annoying. As a jungler, having to worry about 3 lanes, enemy jungle and your jungle, you really have to worry about the whole map. So just for future reference, guys, don't blame the jungler. It's stressful enough jungling and worrying about so much. You can only do so much, you know? Alright, so, as you can see here, got my Emblem of Lore building into Aegis. I did tell Volibear at the beginning of this game that I was getting Bulwark, so I did inform him prior to the beginning of the recording of this game, but you just didn't see it. As a jungler, I like to inform my supports of that because, you know, supports do build Aegis, and if you get 2 of them, sometimes it could be a mistake from just lack of communication. I mean, it's not that bad to have 2 Aegis, but it's not necessary. I do like to get Bulwark on most of my junglers, actually, because I play like Nasus and all the tanky kind of guys. So I do have my passive up here, and I do inform them that, but apparently they had this warded, or they had River warded or something. And right there, see, as you saw right here, that was a mechanical error. Since I haven't played Zac enough, I wasn't aware. Alright, hold on. Let's see this. Alright, so Volibear is doing serious damage. I do hit my E on to Shaco. He does get out of there. Volibear, just bite him. Bite him, Volibear. Bite him. Alright, so he does flash grab. Really good job. My passive does go up. Volibear is able to get the kill. Akali now comes in. But as you see, Viger is doing a good job following up on it. Does get her in the trap. Stuns him. I hit her up with my E. She does flash out. Unfortunately, she is able to get away, but Viger is able to get the flash and pop his ult and kill it. So good job by Viger. A lot of, the one thing you want to do is, if you see your laner going somewhere, you want to follow up on it. Like, Viger did a really good job following up on that. A lot of people don't follow up on situations such as that one. Alright, so Volibear says, good job guys, good positive reinforcement there, even though he died. And then you see Viger say, sorry, should have gotten there faster. I wish Solo 2 was like that. Unfortunately, this is just a normal. Alright, so did steal his blue buff now. I should have kept track of it time-wise, but of course I didn't. And as you see, I do have timestamps. I highly recommend everyone gets timestamps, especially if you're a jungler or support. It does help on keeping track of the times of everything, like wards and dragon, because you can see when you slay the dragon and when it's going to be up and whatnot. Well, you can't see when it's going to be up, but you can calculate it. Alright, so right now I'm just trying to sit behind this turret so that Akali doesn't see me and come in for an E-gank. But unfortunately, she is not there. So I just return to my jungle. I see that red buff is up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab red buff and see if I can get a gank on bottom again. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm not showing too much attention to top right now. Because I am in Skype with the person who's top lane right now, Garrett. So I am informing him that I'm just going to help out other lanes because we did get him. We were able to get Tryndamere early in the game, I believe, from what I remember. Actually, no, we didn't. But he just did a good job winning his lane, so I didn't really need to help him. Bottom, like I said earlier in this commentary, that bottom was the only one really struggling because of that double poke, which is understandable. So I figured I'd show them the most attention. As you can see, that's what I'm doing. Alright. Flubber is now returning home. Alright, so now I do have enough for an Aegis. Now, I actually have a question that you guys can also answer in the comments below. I was thinking about getting mobility boots on Zac, but then I kind of figured what would be the point if the objective is to primarily build them tanky. Because usually I'll get mobility boots on junglers like Nasus, Nautilus, and stuff like that. But with Zac, I feel it's not really necessary since you have your E. So just let me know what you guys think about that. What boots do you usually get on him? Of course, boots can also are in regards to the enemy team comp. The reason why I did that is because I thought Teemo was going to build AD. Alright, so I see Shaco in the bush here. I Q him. Alright, so Varus does a good job turning that Q onto Teemo. Fortunately, Teemo is AP, so his mushrooms are doing a lot of damage to Varus, as you'll see right here.
There's plenty of
Volibear almost died, so that was really close. So I just saw that Viger did die, so I'm going to go ahead and cover his lane for him. Because I do also see Akali and Tryndamere now pushing. Don't want that mid turret to go down, so it's 1-1. Especially since Varus wound up staying. So I do hit that knockup, and I do hit my ult. Unfortunately, Akali gets away with... Look how much health she gets away with. Oh, that pissed me off so much. I remember that. Only coded. Only you could see Akali if you hit her with your blob inner circle.
Just another day.
Alright. So, 1v1ing a Tryndamere right now, no problem. Look at that damage my W does into my E. I do force him to pop his ult.
There's plenty.
And that's good because I am able to inform my top laner who I'm on Skype with that I did pop his ult, so next time it goes in. Now I see the Shaco going in hot on me, not too sure why. I just completely dominated him right there. So that should give me enough gold now for my bulwark. Alright, looks like Viger is taking this opportunity to go bottom, which is really good because Akali went back. Their jungler is dead, and Tryndamere went back as well, so he really has no counter threats. Trying to see if the push is rewarded. Alright, looks like Garen just got caught. But he is Garen, so he's a tanky beast. Let's see if he can get away from it.
Fighting is in my blood.
Alright, so it did buy my bulwark. Oh, doesn't look like he's going to go away, especially from Tryndamere and Akali together. That's just an insane amount of slows and ability to catch up to him, so he was unable to get away. But it's alright. He almost got there. I believe it was the second tier turret that he almost got down, so I'm just going to go ahead and cover his lane for him. Oh, never mind. I guess they decided not to push it, so I didn't go. Turning to just clearing the jungle here.
I may bend, but I don't break.
An enemy has been slain.
He says he might burn, but he doesn't break. Technically, that isn't true, considering pieces of Flubber break off of him so that he can regain health. Alright, so good job by Viger. I see that Tryndamere is going over there, and I believe Akali is as well, so I'm making my way over there right now. Alright, so as you see, Akali and them are going ham. So I just missed them. I just get right in between them. I do flash in just to knock out that Akali so that she doesn't kill Varus. That's the only reason I flash. I wanted to save him. Alright, so I do miss my E there barely, but I do have my passive up, and Viger is there. So I knew it would be worth it, which is why I sacrificed myself.
Everybody's a
Alright, so right here I was thinking about going in on Teemo, but then I realized again that I almost made a mechanical error. I can't go out of that like blue AoE, I guess you could say. That's the only direction you can go in. For some reason, I thought that if I'm pointing one way and then I just drag it, the circle to another way, like right there, if I was to drag it behind me, I thought I could jump that way. But apparently, you can only jump in the direction that you're pointing. And I did not know that because I don't play him that much. But now I know and I won't make that mistake anymore. Actually, yeah, I'm sure I will make that mistake again because I'm an idiot, but oh well. Alright, so right now just getting some life steal back, or getting my HP back in the jungle here.
Don't be scared.
Zac, it's so fun to play, Zac. It's so fun to play.
Destroyed a turret.
Alright, so I do see that they are going for Dragon. I don't have my ult and I don't have Smite. If I had Smite up right here, it would have been perfect, but unfortunately I don't. Alright, so looks like Varus is just standing on top of Akali. I don't know why he did that exactly. That's the one thing you don't want to do, is stand in an Akali circle and just stand there. Alright, so good job by Viger. That would have been so awesome if my E was perfectly there too. I would have hit Akali, but who cares? Viger Fed is OP. I'll take it. Alright, so right now we are just taking advantage of the fact that we killed, I believe, 3 people and pushing down this mid turret. Alright, so Teemo's there as well. Viger does hit a stun. Taking out the turret, and I do try to get in on it, and I just missed. Alright, so we do burn his flash. Viger doing an insane amount of damage, as you can see there. So right now we're in a really good position. I'm 5-0 with 10 assists and 103 mini kills. My farm probably could be a little better.
I never skip breakfast.
My primary objective as a jungler is to get assists. Because if I have a good amount of assists, it means I did a good job at getting my lanes fed, and that's exactly what you want to do as a jungler. To me, the assists are definitely more important than having a good KD ratio. I just happen to have a good KD this game. Right, so I should probably give that rip up to Varus. I thought he would have just went for it, but that's my fault. Lack of communication. I should have told him to take it. Alright, so right now I am building my Abyssal Scepter.
Shut down.
The reason for this is it gives you magic it reduces the magic resistance of the enemy team, but also gives you ability power and I believe armor and magic resist. So
just another day on the job.
It's a really good item, especially on Zac. And since they have Akali and Teemo, who's AP. Alright, so right now Garen is going in. Fortunately, I am able to hit my E and my ult on that Teemo. We do burn Shaco's flash. Alright, so I wish I hadn't ulted, and you're about to see why. I wish I hadn't ulted just a Teemo.
I could really use a
Alright, so I really just thought it was them two, but then Akali popped out of the bush. But they do way too much damage at this point. So I wind up going down. That is my only death of the game, I believe. So we'll go ahead and actually no, we'll leave this because then you get to see what they do. Alright, so I do buy the Abyssal Scepter now that I'm back. Alright, so let's go ahead and fast forward this now.
Has been slain.
Okay, so now a little bit further into the game. Missed maybe just a Varus still, so it's not that big of a deal. Want to make sure we get back into the action here instead of watching my death cam, because that's no fun. So our mid turret has really low health, so they're probably going to be pushing it right now, or trying to. All they really need to do is get one hit on it from someone. So I feel I am definitely building appropriately for the enemy team comp, which is what you want to do. But you want to always make sure you build accordingly. Alright, so I see Varus just standing there trying to take on a Shaco. As an AD carry, I do main AD carry, so the one thing he did there wrong, he could have easily taken on that Shaco. He should have ulted, then stood back a little bit so he couldn't get auto-attacked, but instead he just stood right into the Shaco's face, and Shaco is close range. So he should have just kited it better. That's the one thing you gotta really work on your mechanics for as an AD carries. You want to learn to kite. Okay, so good job by Bulldred taking out that Akali. So Tryndamere does a really good job reacting to my E and spins away just in time. So as you see that they are chasing a Teemo here, I'm going to try to cut him off and see what I can do. But unfortunately Teemo and his darn mushrooms, global taunt, just gets away. So for some reason, I saw him there. I thought he was invisible for some reason, like right where I am. That's just horrible map awareness.
Why, thanks. I do work.
Okay, so I was seeing if their blue was up, unfortunately it wasn't. I am pinging Dragon, because their jungler is now mid, and not their turret, so they can't really do anything about it. Alright, so it looks like this is a guaranteed Dragon right here, with no contest. Alright, so I see that bottom is pushing, so I'm going to go ahead and just take that farm. Look at all that minion farm. Yummy. Okay, so I'll let them get the rest of that. I do tell Varus to take red this time. I don't make the same mistake of not letting him get the buff. And he steals my golem and it made me sad. But it's okay. It's cold teamwork. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and back. Let's see what I pick up this time.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Alright, looks like I'm going to be trying to grab some ability power here. Just so I can do a little more damage.
How's it going?
So I'm building my Haunted Geist right now. This way that when I go in on my E and my ult, it does a good amount of damage, AoE damage. Since it, especially if I land my ult on all of them and it hits them all, like it's going to be so annoying for them. Yeah, AP Teemo is really, really annoying. As you see in the chat, I said, God, that Teemo damage. Look at that, the mushrooms. Mushrooms are so overpowered. Alright, so I did smite that cannon minion. That cannon minion. I smited it so that we could take down that wave faster. Just to push it to the turret. Alright, so I see that Corki is right there, and I want to cut him off. See if I'm able to do so. So right there, once again, a mechanical error. I thought I could just move it to the right, and it wouldn't have been a problem. And I was like, what the hell? So, oh well. That's just comes with practice. Alright, so I see the Tryndamere is overextended, but, you know, they're already going for him, and he has a spin, so I don't want to really waste my time and leave the center of the map open and uncontested, because then they would just push that mid turret down.
Let's bounce.
So me and Varus are just here for the wave clear. Make sure we keep them in place. Alright, so Corki just tries to hit us from the side here. I do try to catch him off guard. I see that. See, again I do it. I keep doing it. It's so annoying to watch. Alright, so I do knock the Akali up. That was a really bad ult. I was trying to flash ult in, but unfortunately I hit a mushroom, which caused me to be way behind. But luckily our... Oh my god. Our Viger is a god and is just completely doing work. Alright, so right here I thought Shaco was trying to go in on that Viger, so I was just trying to E the air and make sure I knocked him off. Alright, so I'm just trying to get some lifesteal so I can sustain myself and keep pushing this. I did smite that cannon minion again just to keep the wave pushed. Varus just missed his Q. Alright, so right here, bang! I just miss again. Oh, my E's are so bad this game. I'm so bad mechanically with Zac. Alright, I promise in the future when I'm better with him, I'll put up another gameplay. But this is more of a, I want a community response type deal, because I know the league community is very opinionated and is very knowledgeable about champions and whatnot. So I figured this was a good way to get some interaction with the viewers and subscribers on how to play. Because instead of taking advice from me, I want to take advice from you guys.
I should get a suit. All
right, so right there, as you saw, me and Biker were like, all right, who's just gonna get that farm? And I thought he was going back, so I went forward, then he went back. So it's like, Alright, so I do pick up my Haunted Geist, and I am trying to build it into...
Right now.
I don't know the name of the thing that the Haunted Geist builds into, because I'm not familiar with APs. I don't play AP. But that's what I'm going for. FYI. Alright, so as you see, my build is almost complete here. 37 minutes into the game, not too bad. Every game in normal seems to go late game, which is why I like to pick the tanky junglers. It's all about the late game. Okay, use my Q to punch those 2 golems in the face. Alright, so I see Teemo's by himself. Let's see if I can get a knock up on him. Alright, so he is standing still, so if I missed that E, that would have been really pathetic. Alright, so I see Corki's coming in. Their whole team is basically coming in on me right now. So I see Viger's coming in. So I'm really just trying to bait them to Viger. Alright, so I do knock up both of them. Viger's able to clean up the kill. I'm just trying to get this guy off of Viger. Run, Viger! So right there I thought Garen was gonna kill Tryndamere, which is why I leaped towards Teemo instead of leaping on Garen. Because I wanted to make sure Teemo didn't get away, but fortunately he did.
There's plenty of me to go around.
Alright, so catching the Shackle off guard. Fortunately he did get away. Oh, no, did he get away? Let's see if he does. Oh, I just want to go. Oh my god, look at that E. It was literally like 1 second off. Or 1 millimeter off.
Why,
oh, it's so frustrating. Alright, so the Abyssal Scepter along with the Haunting Ice is really good because you're reducing the enemy's magic resist, therefore making your ability power stronger. And especially having a Viger on your team, whose AP is out of the roof, he's just going to do more damage with that. So right there I see Garen almost got caught, so I just tried to save him. Just scare him off. My gooberness. Alright. So, I went back. Okay, Liandry's Torment. That's what it's called. I had to actually look at myself, look at the item, to figure that out. That's what I usually build. And I'm pretty sure this is the proper build for his item.
I should get a suit.
So, I told Varus to go grab bread. See that dragon's up.
Let's bounce.
So I want to go ahead and get that. Objectives are more important than kills in my opinion. They give you global gold, and they enable you to control the game really. So once again, I didn't even have to smite it because I knew that the jungler wasn't there. Alright, so let's see if I flash in just to hit that ult. Nice job by Viger. We grabbed that double kill. That's the main reason that you do get flash on Zac, is so that you can flash into the center of the team or flash onto someone and then ult for that knockup. So right now I see that Shackle's bottom and that Tryndamere's top. I do send Garen to go to get Tryndamere and Viger's going down for Shackle. We did kill 2 people, so that means we do have numbers in the mid lane that we should push this turret down.
I may bend, but I don't break.
Once again, Zac is wrong, saying he doesn't break, he does. Right, so Shackle killed Viger, unfortunately, so I just pinged this turret. Alright. Bang! Belly flop right on top of Teemo's head, and he is dead. Look at the damage that all of us put into him. Alright, so Belly flop. And then we got him. Alright. Envol there says, Dad Zach, giving me a compliment. I appreciate that, because that was one of my first 2 E's of the game, landing on them finally. At this point in the game, I'm finally getting the hang of them, I would say. Alright, so I do pick up my Leandri's Torment. Now I'm going to be dishing out some serious damage. Buy my mobility boots to try to get to the Shaco here. Unfortunately, I fell short with my E there. I misjudged his jump length, I guess you could say. Oh, so many mechanical errors in this game. I don't. It's annoying too, because when I was playing this game, I was like, wow, I'm actually doing really good for one of my first times playing him. And now that I'm looking at it, I've missed like so many freaking E's this game. It's so bad. Oh well. Alright, so lunge in again. Just to clear these weaving minions. Looks like my team is going in hot at their turret over there. That third tier turret, even though we got it. Alright, so I am going back. Let's see what I start to build. I do believe I start to build war mobs. I'm right. Yep, okay. So I do get my Giant's Belt for more health. Look how big I am. That is one big Gumby. Look at him. So big.
Mom always said I was big for my age.
Mom always said I was big for my age. Alright, so I'm just clearing out this right here.
Why, thanks. I do work out.
Alright. So they do back off. We're able to save our second tier mid turret. So right now we have me, Volibear, and Garen. So the amount of tanks that we have is kind of like ridiculous for our Varus and Viger. So we have really good peel. Peel also means frontline basically, which protects the squishies. And on top of like me having AP damage is really good. Alright, so I'm just eating in front. Just to help push this wave. Alright, so Corki was out of position there, probably could have got him. Good job by Viger. Catches that Tryndamere out. I do pop my ult, I'm able to get 2 people out of it. Unfortunately, I didn't have my flash of filters to get the whole team. But Viger did a really good job getting that double kill. And it looks like we might be able to end it here. So Corki is a little overextended, does flash out of Viger's stun. Good job by Corki, and we are able to end the game here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe and let me know what I can do to improve my Zac play, aside from my E's. I'll end it with a nice belly flop there on top of Corki. Alright, see you next video.
Victory!